The transfer window is nearing a close, and we have one player we've heard about over and over and over, Christian Pavon, that may or may not, we don't know yet. No confirmation, but it seems like he put it on social media. He put it on social media. The 23-year-old Argentine has been a will he, won't he transfer target for the LA Galaxy for basically the whole window. It seems like it will be a will he, Dave. What does that mean?
So we just saw, what Don Garber's done in Major League Soccer. One of the big moments, of course, was the signing of David Beckham. It was a game-changing signing. Since that moment, or especially over the last 3-4 years, those types of signings have happened outside of the LA Galaxy. Almiron at Atlanta, Carlos Vela in LAFC. This is a David Beckham level game-changing signing. This guy was the breakout star for Argentina at the World Cup. He's entering his prime. The options were between LA and teams that play in Champions League. And to bring this guy in along the talent you have, maybe it's not the perfect fit. It does not matter. He knows the coach. He can be one of the best players this league has ever seen, and he's super motivated.
Pretty low risk with that loan option as well. You don't have to put all that money up front. Maybe on the back end, we shall see if this even gets done. It looks like Ola Kamara to DC United is going to get done. Steve Goff of the Washington Post reporting this one at about $2.5 million would be the second biggest transfer fee in DC history behind Paul Pereyra. They'd have to work out some issues in the allocation order with Colorado, who hold the top spot. But if they can get him, Wayne Rooney, Ola, Lucho, Lucas Rodriguez, et cetera, Paul Pereyra, that could be maybe the jolt that DC need. This guy has basically a goal every 2 games in 3 years in Major League Soccer. He had 14 goals last year, and that was his worst year.
And it was a bad one. But we did see with the LA Galaxy, he cannot play out on the wing. You named about 5-6 players for only about 4 or 5 spots. So someone is going to be left out. I don't know if this move is for this year or looking forward if Lucho Acosta does leave. But it'll be interesting to see. Does he play in a 2-forward setup alongside Wayne Rooney? Does Wayne Rooney drop a little bit deeper and fill in for Lucho Acosta, who's been struggling all year and doesn't seem mentally in a place that DC needs? But there's one thing just 29 years old, has scored goals the 3 years he's been in this league. He can score in the air. If you put him through, he can score on the ground. And I think he'll be a nice complement to Wayne Rooney. But it's a question mark for Ben Olsen. How's he going to put this together?
Boy, February, that's when he was sold to Shenzhen in China. That did not last long. Seems to be back to Major League Soccer pretty quickly here. Bojan Krkic has not been in MLS, but he's probably coming. Montreal interested. Try to team him up with Nacho Piatti. For how long? That's the question mark. But it's been since 2011 since he played a game for Barcelona. So what kind of player might the Impact be getting?
Oh, a top quality player. A player who will be one of, if not the best partners for Nacho Piatti that we've ever seen. Shifty, can create, can pull guys out of position. You look at what Carlos Gil does, I think, in New England, and that's a similar profile to what you're going to get in Bojan, a guy who can float in off the wings and create, or start in the middle and float wide. But it sounds like Nacho Piatti will be staying with Bojan, which means you've got a year, maybe a year and a half, where you could put together the best teams we've seen around Nacho Piatti.
I actually think Mauricio Pereyra is a better player. 29 years old, been with Krasnodar.
Took you a second on that one.
Hey, how hard do you think that? It's a good point. I didn't want to mess this one up on you as I dropped a little bit of knowledge. But look, he's been with Krasnodar consistent at that number 10 spot for a lot of years. Orlando City get him on a free as well. So that's a good signing for them. We'll see how it pays off. They are below the playoff line. They need to get above it for the first time in their history on decision day. The last one I want to have for you about the transfer window, Aaron Long. You might have seen him on the field after the Red Bulls 2-0 win this weekend talking to Josie Altuve and Omar Gonzalez and saying, $15 million, that's what Red Bull want for me. It doesn't seem like someone will come with that price, but there are rumors that French clubs and others have offered around $4 million. Seems like he's staying with Red Bulls.
Yes, it does.
What do you think is going to happen here?
I think he'll stay for the rest of this season. I think Red Bulls will say to him, we want to win MLS Cup. We helped you get here. They have had conversations with him in the last 2 years. He talked about it when Jesse Marsch tried to keep him originally, and they said, trust us, believe in us. He was Defender of the Year last year. He's a starter for the U.S. national team. I think they've earned a little bit of trust from Aaron Long, at least for a couple months, to say, we're going to do what's best by you, but we believe it's through our club winning. And for Red Bulls, they have the best back line in the Eastern Conference, if not the league. They need him to stay, and I think there can be a good conversation that says there's an opportunity in the winter. There's an opportunity maybe after you've played more national team games and get a work permit in England if that's the ideal place you want to go. But right now, your focus can be with the Red Bulls.
Yeah, and I think that's a smart decision from the Red Bulls as well for both parties, Aaron Long and that team, because just allow him to finish out the season again. They want to win MLS championship. and then you can have a lot more opportunities. And you said it, work permit makes things a lot more easy once you have more time with the national team and continue to grow as a player. I mean, it's not always about rushing and just forcing a situation.
We shall see. Time is running out of the transfer window.